Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1981 Detroit Tigers season replay. Today's matchup is between the Texas Rangers and the Detroit Tigers at Tiger Stadium. On the mound for the Rangers is Don Kainer, whose record is 10-9 with a 5.84 ERA. And pitching for the Tigers is Bruce Robbins, whose record is 5-5 with a 3.88 ERA. Yesterday was a great victory, 11-5. We really were kept at bay for about 4 innings, and then in the 5th inning, we scored 9 runs thanks to mostly, I would say, Garry Hancock, who went 4 for 4. And then in one of my most embarrassing moments, when Garry Hancock hit a home run off Bob Babcock, and then I screamed, "Don't cross the stream, boys." I should apologize for that. I'm a little embarrassed of my behavior. Deep down, I'm a 12-year-old boy still, and saying things like balls makes me laugh. So it was a funny moment and a great victory, and Garry Hancock was the player of the game. And we head into today's game against the Rangers, the third of the 4 games in this series before we finish out the season against the Red Sox here, as you can see. A couple of things of note. I'm keeping a very close eye on our finances over here. I know that talking money isn't always the important part of a simulation baseball game, but we have to stay in the black. So we're doing the best we can. We have 148,000 to work with. We'll make money today. We'll make money tomorrow, and then these last 2 days we'll lose some dough. And so we'll see how that works out for us. Taking a look at the standings as a recap from yesterday. All 4 teams are tied with 59 wins right now. But as you can see, the Yankees and the Red Sox have played less games. So there'll be some makeups there probably after we've finished off the season. So we need to take care of business on our own and beat the Rangers today. Still 4 teams available to win the West. The National League East has been decided as the Cardinals win that division, and really Houston's just got to win 1 more game, I believe, and then Cincinnati will be eliminated. So the National League's almost completely set for the playoffs. Let's go ahead and get today's game started. As always, thanks for watching, everybody. Like and or subscribe. I've said it before, there will be a 1982 season. I'm going to take a little hiatus from doing this and get the season prepared. We're going to add 1982 baseball cards to every player. We're going to make sure all the players' skin tones are correct. As you can see here, you can, right above the window there, you can see that you can adjust the skin tones on individual players. We're going to make sure all the logos are correct, and all kinds of fun stuff in preparation to make the game just a little bit more fun to watch. Bruce Robbins on the mound, man, he's been hard luck had a lot of hard luck. He's had no decisions in the last 3 or 4 starts. We'll take a look. All the bullpen is available. And the lineup today against the righty Don Kainer. This is our standard everyday lineup. The only exception is we have Reggie Jackson in there. He had a good day yesterday, batting in the number 3 spot. We had moved Rickey Henderson down to the 5th spot, and he had a great day. So we're going to give this lineup a go. We have Parrish and Greg Brock back in the lineup after each having a day off. Okay, so the Rangers have a little bit of a lineup switcheroo here against the lefty Bruce Robbins. Let's take a look at their lineup. Batting leadoff and DHing today is Mike Hart. Batting second at second base is Odie Davis. Batting third at first base is Steve Garvey. Batting cleanup and catching is Jim Sundberg. Batting fifth and in right field is Richie Zisk. Batting sixth at third base is Tucker Ashford. Batting seventh in center field is Billy Sample. Batting eighth in left field is Johnny Grubb. And batting ninth at shortstop is Chris Beyer. Okay, Bruce Robbins, man, he's definitely earned himself a position in next year's rotation. Take a look at his log. Yeah, 4 starts in a row now that he's received a no decision, and yet he has not given up more than 2 earned runs in 10 starts. So tough on him, but he's been pitching well, and we'll remember that for next season. He's making his 17th start, his last of the 1981 season, unless we make the playoffs, of course. 5-5 with that 3.88 ERA. He's got 92 innings pitched, 52 Ks in 92 innings pitched. Opponents are batting .253. He has 1 complete game this year. And here is the Tigers' defensive alignment against the Rangers. Everybody looking like they should. In fact, I think Rickey Henderson's rating has gone up from 85 to 86. So we like it. Okay, here we go. Mike Hart, switch hitter, batting .304 versus lefties in there against Bruce Robbins. And a line drive to shortstop. And that is the first out of the game. Next up is Odie Davis. Playing out of position, Odie Davis is the shortstop. He's playing second base today with Chris Beyer in at short. Ooh, Robbins walks Davis, who batted leadoff yesterday and had a stolen base. Next up is Steve Garvey. Ground ball to third. Oh, they can't turn 2. The only play was for Brookins to toss out Garvey at first. That's going to bring up Jim Sundberg. First time we've seen him all series. He bats .293 versus lefties, and he's got himself a base hit. The center field, Davis scores, and it's 1-0. So an RBI single for Sundberg. He's on first. Richie Zisk. Ground ball to short, and Trammell throws him out. So an early lead for the Rangers. And let's take a look at the Tigers lineup here. We'll give you the rundown. Batting leadoff and playing second base is Sweet Lou Whitaker. Batting second in left field is Kirk Gibson. Batting third and DHing is Reggie Jackson. Batting cleanup at shortstop is Alan Trammell. Batting fifth in center field is Rickey Henderson. Batting sixth in right field is Garry Hancock. Batting seventh in catching is Lance Parrish. Batting eighth at first base is Greg Brock. And batting ninth at third base is Tommy Brookins. Don Kainer on the mound. He leads the team in wins. He's 10-9, making his 23rd start of this season. Got a high ERA at 5.84, 221 hits given up in 152 innings pitched. Just a .336 batting average. I like the way that looks. He doesn't strike out many. 4 complete games. Has a weak fastball, a forkball, and a palm ball. Interesting. Fastball tops out around 90, and he's a ground ball pitcher, right around 46%. So, oops, I should have turned my phone off. Just ignore that. Okay, so here's the defensive alignment for the Rangers. Center field is not good with Billy Sample moving over to center from right. And second baseman, of course, is out of position. But they do have Jim Sundberg behind the plate, one of the best arms in all of baseball, so we probably won't be running today anyway. Sweet Lou leading off, popping it up. Caught right on the fringe of the outfield grass by the second baseman, Odie Davis. One down. Next up is Gibby. Fly ball to center. And Billy Sample will make the play. It's going to bring up Reggie Jackson, 4 for 8 against Don Kainer. Jackson had a pretty decent game yesterday. Ground ball to third. And that'll do it. A 1-2-3 inning. Same way the other game started off. We just hung in there on the first 2 games and eventually was able to take the lead. So I'm not really too worried about being down this early. It was certainly nice to have a big win like we did yesterday as Tucker Ashford grounds out back to Robbins. One down, Billy Sample up next. He hits a high fly ball to center field. That's 2 down. It's going to leave it to Johnny Grubb, the only lefty in the lineup. And he flips it to left. And Gibson makes the play. So we go to the bottom of the second. 1-0 the Rangers with Alan Trammell and Rickey Henderson and Garry Hancock due up. Ground ball by Trammell to third. Play is made by Ashford, 1 down. Next up is Rickey. Rickey had a solid game in the number 5 spot. Here he strikes out on a palm ball. That is a weird arc. Look at that, all at the top of the strike zone. First K for Kainer. And then Garry Hancock, who's on fire, 5 for 5 now, including yesterday's game, and he has himself a double. He had a double yesterday. He had a home run, 2 singles. So runner on second, 2 outs for Lance Parrish, who's been incredibly clutch lately. He's got his average up to 245. Fly ball to center. Could it fall in? No, it's going to be caught by Sample. And that'll be the third out. So the Tigers get a hit, a double by Hancock. We go to the top of the third. Here's Chris Beyer. First time we're seeing him. Long time Giant and Montreal Expo. He was traded over here in the middle of last season and really been relegated to a bench role, as he's only got 77 at-bats. But solid defensively. Okay, so Chris Beyer leading off against Bruce Robbins. Robbins strikes him out. That's Robbins' first K of the game. Back to the top of the lineup with Mike Hart. Ground ball to Trammell at short. 2 down. It's going to bring up Odie Davis. And Odie hits a ground ball to Trammell. And that's it. Tosses him out to first. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. We go to the bottom of the third with Greg Brock, Tommy Brookins, and back to the top of the lineup with Whitaker. Greg Brock, base hit up the middle. There we go. Get the leadoff man on. We're going to sack bunt with Tom Brookins, who is 2 for 4 against Kainer. Oh, bunts right in front of the plate, and that's good enough to get the job done. So good job by Brookins. I think he leads the American League in sacrifices, as if I have a choice. He's batting .218. So Brock is on second. Sweet Lou, 1 down. And a nubber. He nubbed it. Right back to Kainer. That's good enough to get Brock to third. So we have a runner on third base. And Gibby up. Gibby struggling mightily. Ground ball to first. And that'll do it. So we end the inning, go to the top of the fourth. 1-0. Steve, Garvey, and all of his children get a base hit up the middle. So runner on first, nobody out, with Jim Sundberg up next. He hits it right back to Robbins. Turn 2. Hey, nicely done. Bruce Robbins might be the best fielding pitcher on the team. I did look, and he has a positive defensive WAR, for what it's worth. And Zisk follows up the double play with a base hit. So 3 hits given up by Robbins. Runner on first for Tucker Ashford. Ashford gets an infield single. After I say that, an infield single right back to Robbins. And Robbins has himself in a little bit of a jam here. First and second with 2 outs. Billy Sample up. Fly ball to center field. I think Henderson's got it. He does. And we get out of that inning. So to the bottom of the fourth with Reggie leading off. Reggie, ground ball to second. And they toss him out. Okay, next up is Alan Trammell. There we go, base hit for Trammell, 2 for 2. Batting average up over 300 again. So he had that, I don't know, maybe like 3 weeks in a row back in June where he just couldn't get a hit. And his batting average dropped from 330 to under 200. I think it got as low as around 280, and then now it's jumped back up. So, okay, we're going to hit and run with Rickey. Let's get everybody moving here. Oh, crap. A swing and a miss, but Trammell steals second. I think that's number 20. It is. So, first time in Trammell's career that he hits the 20 mark. Now we just got to let him swing away. Nubber. Everybody's nubbing it as Trammell holds it second. That's going to bring up Hancock, who grounds out to Odie at second. We're going to the top of the fifth. Not a lot going on. Bruce Robbins pitching pretty decent since the first inning, but this is the inning we need to keep an eye on him, as he's going to face the left-hander Johnny Grubb first. He walks him. This is what I'm afraid of. When the fifth inning comes, that is typically the inning our pitchers have shown some vulnerability. As Beyer hits a ground ball to second. It's turn two. Oh, no. Yeah, this is bad. This is bad. I can feel it now. First and second. Switch hitter Mike Hart up. Doesn't matter who I bring in, as he's a 280 hitter versus lefties. Yeah, he pops it up. And Whitaker will make the play this time. And now we've got a run of righties, so we're going to take out Robbins. And we're going to bring in Tom Filer, who has been really good lately. His ERA as a Tiger is down to 1.45. Of course, he did have those 2 starts for the Cubbies, in which he pitched pretty good. He had a complete game, in fact. But he's making his 16th appearance. He's 2-0 with that 1.45 ERA. And, well, he has given up some hits. Let's see here. We're bringing in Filer. So we're going to not turn him around, but Odie Davis will be a righty, and he's only batting .293 versus righties, whereas he was batting .331 versus lefties. Oh, no. Filer walks him. Well, this is tough. Do we bring the infield in? We cannot afford to give up another run the way we're hitting right now. We're going to do it. We're going to bring the infield in. It's important. And a base hit up the middle. There was never a chance, unfortunately, this inning as everybody moves up a bag. And now we have a slow-ass first guy in first base and our catcher. So we're going to play back, try to turn 2. Nubber, another nubby. And another run scores. So first and third, as this game is slowly creeping away from us, as another base hit by Zisk, I should say. 4-0. And then a ground ball to short. So the error, oh no, another error. So this is the payback game for yesterday, as there's been 2 errors and 2 hits. I'm not even going to call it. There we go. So the Rangers put 4 on the board, and we haven't been able to put anything together. A terrible inning by the defense, as both of our players up the middle make costly errors. And it's 5-0. Lance Parrish, I mean, these guys getting up 221 hits, and we've managed 3 hits with our best lineup in there. Parrish flies out. Greg Brock. Ground ball to short. And a ground ball to third. All right, so we go to the top of the 6th. Both of those runs charged to Filer were unearned, as he's going to face a lefty, Johnny Grubb. Strikes out Grubb. So 1 down. Here's Chris Beyer. Walks him. So runner on first. Walk the number 9 guy. That's always bad. And then he walks Hart. All right. We're going to bring in Dave Patterson. Are we? No. We're going to bring in Tom Hume. If this game is a loss, we may as well work in some of the pitchers who have suffered injuries this year. Another nubber. And our third error, this time on the pitcher. So the bases are loaded. One down for Steve Garvey, who already has a home run against Tom Hume. And that's going to drop in for a hit. 7-0. What a bunch of shit. And then a 3-run home run to dead center field. So, yeah. I guess now I just have to think of funny things to say because there's no reason to watch this game. I don't even want to play it out. I guess we're playing for stats. So, sorry about that. We're going to block that caller. I should have picked it up and started swearing at them. You don't know my pain. We're down 10-0. And then Richie Zisk gets a base hit to right. This is going to be just absolutely brutal. It's a pop-up, but who knows what will happen here. All right, 2 down. Billy Sample, ground ball to first. Wow, this has the makings of the worst game of the year, if you want to talk about the run differential. So Don Kainer at 72 pitches now. Sweet Lou, base hit to left. I mean, may as well go for 2. There we go. So Whitaker has himself a double to lead off the inning. Kirk Gibson, and we're going to take him out. I mean, the guy can't get a hit anyway. So we're going to bring in Glenn Wilson and give Wilson a shot here. He can play left field. Give the rookie a chance. He might be our everyday right fielder next year. As he flies out to left, Whitaker will tag. Take third. Reggie, we have Reggie for 2 more years, and he is hot garbage. Ground ball to short. Will Whitaker score? He does. So that's the token run of the game. RBI for Reginald. There we go. Like, why is this not happening all game? You have a sub-80 center fielder, and with the amount of hits that he gives up, we should be just tacking on runs left and right. There we go. Good job by Henderson following up Trammell's triple. And it is 10-2. Let's go ahead and steal against Jim Sundberg. Try to prove a point. Yeah. I mean, you can't tell me. I know there's people who say, like this is supposedly normal, but he's got 23 stolen bases in 53 caught stealings in 53 stolen bases. That's not right. That's absolutely a huge flaw. Okay, so Dave Patterson may as well go another. Why not? We do get a couple of runs on the board, though, as we finally broke through against Don Kainer. So 1 down. Here is Chris Speyer. Speyer flipping it into left center field. Well, I'm curious. Let's take a look at this jackass. Look at his log. Look at how many caught stealings. He's had 7 caught stealings, 8 if you include the All-Star game. Are they including that? Maybe they're already including that. And he's had 4 successful steals in 20 games, in 11 attempts. Okay. So we have, yeah. I mean, we'll probably move him to left field next year. Not that much matters, as Hart gets a base hit to center. I think our outfield is going to look like Henderson in left, as Davis flips it to right. Maybe Kevin Bass in center field, newly acquired, and then right field might be Glenn Wilson or Jeffrey Leonard. We'll let him fight it out. Okay, so it's 10-2. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Gary Hancock leading off. Ground ball to second. 1 out. We're going to take Parrish out, and we're going to bring in the backup catcher, Bobby Ramos. Give him a chance to have a couple hacks. There we go. Fly ball to left. Literally, in one swing can do what Reggie Jackson cannot do, and that's hit a ball to the outfield. Greg Brock up next, base hit for Brock. I didn't even switch it over to the in-game stats. Trammell's 2 for 3 with a stolen base, and he's probably the player of the game thus far. So, Tom Brookins. We don't really have anyone else to play third. We're gonna let Mark Wagner hit, and he'll play third base out of position, which will be a weakness. But shoot, it doesn't make a difference for them. Maybe it won't make a difference for us, as Wagner flies out to right. Okay, we're going to the top of the 8th. We're going to take out Patterson. No, you know what? We're going to preserve Roger Weaver, and we're going to blow out Dave Patterson's arm here. Garvey leading off with a strikeout. First K for Patterson, 1 down. Jim Sundberg, does he already have a home run today? There it is, number 2. 3 for 5 with a double dong. So 11-2. I try to figure out why the game is like this, and I tend to think when you have a game like we had yesterday, where there was a large run discrepancy, and if you look at the overall runs scored versus runs given up for the team for the year, I think it must project what that should be, and if you go beyond it, then you get punished the opposite way later in the season. So that's what I'm thinking happened here. We're probably around whatever that threshold is, and the 6-run differential from yesterday's game has pushed us beyond whatever that tipping point is, and now we're overcorrecting back. So tomorrow will probably be a Tiger win, which is, maybe too late. As Whitaker grounds out to shortstop, so 1 down. Next up is Glenn Wilson. Popping it up to second base. Here's Reggie. 0 for 3 and an RBI. Ground ball gets past the third baseman. There we go. And he's got himself a double. That probably should have been stopped at third. Even the third baseman's like, Reggie never hits it into the outfield. So 2 down. Reggie's on second. He's chewing on a Reggie bar. And then Trammell grounds out the third. We're going to the 9th. Patterson pitched 2 2/3 innings, gave up the home run to Sundberg. We're going to yank his ass out of there. And we're going to bring in a lefty. We got only one lefty to face here, but we're going to bring in Comstock. We're going to let him get another inning. See if he can get that ERA under 7. He's got to face Billy Sample batting .274 versus lefties. And Comstock gets Sample to pop it up to Whitaker. Whitaker actually makes the play. Next up, Johnny Grubb 0 for 5 against Comstock, and he walks. So the only lefty in the lineup for him to face, he walks. There's too much pressure. Ground ball to short, and we turn 2. So good job by Comstock, despite giving up the walk. And we go to the 9th. Kainer still in there at 107 pitches. We have Henderson, Hancock, and Ramos due up. Here's Rickey. Rickey 1 for 3 with an RBI. Grounding out, 1 down. Garry Hancock up next. Out number 2. It's up to Bobby Ramos. Here we go. Hey, Bobby Ramos. Base hit down the left field line. No, we're not going to go for 3. We'll hold it at second base. So a double for Ramos means absolutely nothing. Greg Brock 2 for 3. Nubber. It ends fittingly on a nub. As Tigers lose 11-2, we totally laid an egg. That's bad by any standard. Our runs differential is a plus 14, and our Pythagorean win-loss based on the differential is a 55 and 52. So we're 4 games better than what our run differential suggests. So maybe we can't be 5, or I don't know how the game programming works, but makes sense to me when you think about it. Don't think too hard about it, because the game's already over, and we're going to take a look at the standings. We fall the 3 games back with 3 to go. So a loss will eliminate us from the division. I'm trying to think mathematically. Yes, mathematically we're still in it, but we lose 1 game and we're automatically out. So we've got to win out, and essentially New York has to lose every game, including the games they have to make up. So, you can say that for all of these teams, really. No, I guess New York and Boston. So, whatever, you get the picture. So, nothing new here. California, still 1.5 games back. And Cincinnati hangs in there, 3.5 back. Getting the victory there. I guess Houston had the day off. And so, let's I'll take a look at the transactions, I guess, right? Anything new? Oh, Yankees lose Ron Guidry just for 2 days. No big deal. Okay, let's pull up the box score and get out of here. That was a real bummer. A total letdown after yesterday's fun and exciting game. Not the same as yesterday. Look at that. We had 5 extra base hits, and we only managed 2 runs. It's because we were a bunch of butterfingers today. Whitaker and Trammell. Trammell had a horrible season. Defensively, Whitaker, I think, is 4th overall in the American League as for second baseman fielding percentage. Tom Hume, wow. But again, a recipient of an error. Filer was a recipient of an error. Robbins never had it today. So, player of the game is easily Trammell, who goes 2 for 4 and has that stolen base. We're going to give it to him, and that's going to be it. We're going to come back tomorrow with Game 4 of this 4-game series. Final home game of the year, so we might, if we're out of it, we might be swapping some batters out. All right? So until then, everyone, have a great day.